There are few things in life that can truly bring us together. Few things that can lift us to our feet and bring us to our knees. Few things that can be analyzed, internalized, socialized, even spiritualized. It gives us identity. It gives us purpose. It makes us believe. There's nothing better. To the sickos, the diehards, the supporters, the hooligans, to the rowdiest, the most obsessed, the fans. For us and all those like us, it will always be sports over everything.
Let's go!
Squad! Coming to you live from the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores, is DNVR Buffs Live. What a show yesterday. What a show today.
Sports over everything, baby.
Yes, sir. Let's get after
Buffs over everything.
We back. Feeling good? Ready to talk some new buffs?
Let's do it.
All right. Get it. First guy up today, we got Dylan Manuel joining the show. Defensive lineman, Appalachian State. Man, Dylan, thank you so much for joining the show, bro. First question, just to start us off. I mean, we've heard a lot about that visit so far. Can you take us up there? You know, what was your experience like in Boulder for the first time over the weekend?
Man, it was a great experience. First of all, I want to say thank you guys for having me, but it was a great experience. The food was great. We went to the place called The Buff. It was really good.
Fire.
And then, you know, it was overall a great experience, man.
Love to hear it, man. You have been active already in trying to bring more buffs to Colorado with you. Just curious, why is that something that you have kind of taken upon yourself?
Because, man, I don't want nothing but dogs around me, man. I'm trying to come in and change the narrative and win immediately.
Hell yeah, bro. Hey, so you said you want dogs around you. I think watching your film and what you've done the last couple of seasons, I think some might categorize you as a dog, bro. For people who maybe not be familiar with your game, how would you describe your game and kind of what you do on the defensive line?
Well, I consider myself a run stopper because if you can't stop the run, you won't have no fun. So, first of all, you got to stop the run. I'm one of those. And then I can also get after the pass.
Hell yeah.
Dylan, you know, going back to your visit, just what was it about Colorado? What was it about the coaching staff, you know, CU that made you think that that was the place that you want to, you know, keep on playing college football at?
It was really Coach Pecco and Coach Livingston. Coach Pecco was a real one since when I first stepped on the campus. And then Coach Livingston just giving me the rundown, like just being completely honest with me and telling me what he wants and how he wants it done.
That's awesome, man. Real quick, could you repeat what you said to Scotty before we went live on the show?
Yeah, I said I almost didn't come on the show because I heard he didn't like meatloaf.
Jack, first off, I don't know how you heard that. This has been getting out of hand. I don't know how you heard this. First off, you like meatloaf though, bro? I'm missing out. I'm tweaking.
It's all right. I really don't like it as much as I used to. It's not. It doesn't really interest me.
That's crazy. See, so I'm not tripping there, bro. People be talking to me like I'm missing out on the best dish.
No one is saying that. No one has ever said that.
You're just missing out on an American classic is all.
All right, for sure.
You spent a lot of time, obviously, with a bunch of different guys up there, you know, on your visit, a bunch who have already committed to be Buffs. Who are some of the guys that you built a relationship with during your visit week?
Most likely Cam Perry, the wide receiver that we got him, and then Danny Scudero, the other wide that we got from San Diego or no San Jose.
Most definitely.
What was it like hanging out with those guys over the weekend?
It was pretty good. Me, Danny, and Cam was all in the same group, so it was pretty fun. Then me and Cam from Atlanta, so it we already know each other a little bit.
What was it like interacting with Coach Prime and meeting with him?
Man, it was like a blessing, man, because I never would have thought I would be able to meet him because of who he is. But man, he's just so genuine, down to earth, and he already tells you what he wants up front.
Dylan, just looking at your profile and stuff, just where you came from recruiting wise, I mean, no stars and all that. You go out, you break out at Appalachian State. Just how has that motivated you now, at Colorado, now in the Power 4 and the Big 12? How has that motivated you to get to this spot and also, keep pushing in your football career too?
Man, it motivates me a lot because, I was overlooked in high school, and all the big schools like to take height over heart. And I just really kept that with me throughout all my years.
Love that, man.
Where do you get that from? That motivation, that reason to play with heart?
Really my brother, because my brother wasn't the biggest either. He just instilled it in me, and I just really tried to follow after what he done, because he got undrafted free agent to the Vikings.
Nice.
Heck yeah. What are some of your personal, maybe some of your team goals as well, Dylan, for this upcoming season? Some things that you've thought about that you want to maybe, check the box of and make sure you get done, accomplished?
First of all, I want to go to a bowl game to bring this bowl game to Boulder, and then overall just try to get to a better narrative than what we had the past year. I'm just coming in trying to change the narrative and show these guys that we can win and we will win.
Most definitely. What makes you want to take on that challenge though? Because you mentioned a couple of times, there is a narrative out there right now about Colorado football. What, like I said, makes you want to take on that challenge with some other guys, some dogs around you, of turning that around?
I've always been a person to take on difficult challenges because, it's been difficult my whole life, and I just want to go in and go through adversity and overcome it.
Love that.
Love that.
How would you describe your game first off, and then what players have you watched throughout your time growing up, becoming a college football player that you've tried to apply to your game moving forward?
I would say it's dominant, and I try to watch Jalen Carter and Mason Graham and Zach Allen. I try to watch those guys and Aaron Donald especially, but I really try to model my games after them because they've done it the right way, and they're very good at what they do.
Zach Allen, that's a ball knower answer.
Yes, it is. Absolutely, it is.
I love that. To follow up on kind of changing the narrative, do you feel like there was a vibe amongst all the people or a lot of the people visiting this weekend where it was like, that's the job, like that's what we're here to do, we're going to change this thing?
Yeah, man. Everybody that I've talked to, like all the defensive guys that I was on a visit with, like Yamil Talib, we all have a goal and to come in and dominate because we are from FCS and G6, and we weren't really recruited out of high school for real. So we're just coming in and do our due diligence.
Hell yeah.
Most definitely. Dylan, you mentioned Pecco playing a big role in just showing love as soon as you touch down in Boulder. How cool is it that you're going to have, two guys like Coach Pecco, like Coach Sapp, who have done some amazing things in the NFL, who have been there and done that in terms of what you want to accomplish and do? How much more just does it mean that those are going to be the guys that are going to be, directing you, coaching you, and guiding you over the next year or so? Man,
it's been very cool. It's not often you get coached by a coach that has played 15 years in the league and was a captain for 8 of those years. Yeah. It's very rare that you see a coach like that.
Dylan, just last one for me. I mean, the transfer portal, it's a busy time. There's a lot of players coming in and out, going into Boulder, going other places for visits. Just what would you tell the other transfers out there who are looking at Boulder and considering committing to Colorado?
Come win. If you don't, stay on the other side because we will find you.
Stay on that side. Let's go, man. Hey, Dylan, really appreciate you joining us today, bro. We'll let you go with this one, and we'll see you up in Boulder here pretty soon, yeah?
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for having me.
Congratulations, man. We'll see you soon.
Bro. Congrats, Dylan. See you soon, bro. Appreciate it.
See y'all soon.
There he goes, Dylan Manuel, one of the very first players to commit to Colorado this offseason. We got a few minutes before our next one. Thoughts?
Yeah. He seems locked in.
He's ready.
He seems very ready, very locked in, and just about business.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about that. I ain't gonna lie. Bro called me out at the gate. Trying to get on that with me at the gate. That's crazy. No, but I mean,
He said it before we were live, and I was like,
sure.
"You got it. We got to save that for the show."
for real, no, that's what's up. But I mean, I love his first answer when I asked him about his game. If you don't stop the run, you can't have no fun.
Yeah.
Period. That's what people want to hear and see. Like, that's what made Block Bully so impactful to that 2024 defense and team. And you just need guys like that, right? The fire hydrants, the dudes who are going to be at the point of attack and not get moved. And not get moved. And Dylan Manuel strikes me as that. And just he just fits what a lot of these guys have in terms of the background, right?
Right.
Underdogs, slept on, under recruited, low stars, but have obviously proven at their previous spots that they belong. They belong here at this level. And I'm excited to see them with an opportunity go out and prove that on a bigger stage.
I liked what he said about big schools want height over heart.
Yep.
What did this team lack last year? Leadership and heart.
Absolutely, man.
And I feel like you're seeing through all of these guys that they're adding that. And then the other thing that I've noticed is these guys are really about the work.
Yeah.
Like, when we talked to Emil, he mentioned that both the wide receivers are kind of guys who are in the lab. And obviously Dylan Manuel sounds like one of those guys as well.
Totally. I mean, we talked about it yesterday, and it's kind of becoming a theme of this team. These guys who, kind of under recruited, no stars, no rankings coming out of high school. And they've really had to earn everything they've gotten to this point, including, committing to Colorado, but not to mention everything between there, earning a role in their last team, earning, some of these guys are captains. Some of these guys have become all conference players. Like there's a certain hunger with this team already that you can see and feel that we just probably haven't had since 2024. So it's very exciting.
And you mentioned at the top, okay, I was going to ask Dylan about that as well. I mean, but him out here recruiting in these streets, in these Twitter streets, is massive, right? He sent tweets out to Smith Snowden, CJ Baxter, Andrew Zock, Nate Mitchell, who has already committed. This boy might need a little recruiting stipend, a little compensation or something before the end of it. I love that, though. You need guys like that.
For sure.
All right, let's just take our next break, and then we'll get to our next player.
Let's get it.
All right, shout out to our friends over at Breckenridge Brewery, the homies. They've been rocking with us for a long time, and we've been rocking with them as well. It's actually been a minute since we've been to the farmhouse.
It's been too long.
Had a good time out there.
Last
Man,
time
go
was
check
lit.
that place out. They've got bomb food. You can check out everything they're kind of experimenting with all their beers and all that. And then you can take a tour, too. It's been a while since we've had a tour there as well. But it's just an awesome place down there in Littleton. But come hang out at the DNVR bar with us. We got all the beers on tap. It is Avalanche Amber season. It's dark, a perfect balance of malt and hops, just a little sweet, easy to drink as well as the days get colder and shorter, and as the Avs start to hit their stride as they go into playoff season here in a few months. My favorite is still Mountain Beach Sour. It's always Mountain Beach Sour season. Try it out. You can also try out the Mile High City Golden, the Blanco's Country Pale Ale, Funslinger. They got good company, hard seltzers, and more. Check out the beer locator at breckbrew.com. Here near you.
And shout out to the squad, our good friends over at Toyota, man. Y'all already know that Toyota is the official of DNVR as we sit here in the beautiful Toyota lounge. Y'all already know as well that trucks, they're a part of Toyota's DNA, man. Trucks and Toyotas kind of go hand in hand, like peanut butter and jelly.
Well said, Scott.
I was in RK's Toyota last week driving up to Boulder, and I really can't even begin to describe how comfortable I was, how safe I felt. And I know when next time I'm looking for a car, I'm in the car market, you already know what I'm going to be grabbing. I'm going to be grabbing me a Toyota. Hopefully, maybe one of those Tundra iForce Max hybrid.
There you go.
I don't know if I got it like that yet, but I'm going to try. Maybe a RAV4, maybe a Grand Highlander.
The pockets are deep.
I don't like to toot my own horn, but I do like to toot the horn of Toyota, man. So visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain State Toyota in Denver, Stevenson to the east in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of CU Athletics. Shout out to Toyota, and let's go places.
All right, man. Back on the now. Already a fan favorite for a lot of people, right? Let's bring him on in. This is Gideon ESPN Lampron.
Let's ask him.
I mean, we'll ask him himself here. Gideon, I mean, thank you so much for joining us, man. We're excited to have you. First question, ESPN, ESPN, how's it pronounced?
So it can go either way, but it's in all caps, so I say ESPN. So
Yeah. All right, let's
Yeah.
go.
See,
Hell yeah.
my research has already failed me because I read yesterday that it was supposed to be pronounced Espen.
that's what my dad said to make my mom happier.
Speaking of, I read that your dad just kind of like snuck away and wrote it on the birth certificate. Is that accurate?
Yeah, so it was supposed to be Gideon Xavier, still a good name, but my dad, he had other plans, and I guess he tried to name my older brother Larry Bird Lampron because he's a big Celtics fan.
That'd be crazy.
But he snuck it right on the birth certificate, and yeah.
That's what's up. Hey, Gideon, congratulations on the commitment, my guy. It's good to see you, man. Thanks for pulling up us on the show. Let's describe your game for us, though, man. A lot of people have seen some clips of you. They've seen the 119 tackles, the 20 tackles for a loss. How would you describe your game and how you like to play when you touch the football field?
Yeah, I just like to play fast, always trying to go to the football, That's one thing that always played is just relentless effort, and it can't be denied.
I mean, Gideon, you had all the stats and stuff, but also a team captain last year for Bowling Green. I mean, I'm sure you've heard to this point, leadership was a big topic here at Colorado last year. Just in your own words, what does it mean to be a leader? What did it mean for you having your teammates kind of elect you as a captain last year?
Yeah, it was really big for me because, transferring in a new place, the way I went about it was just putting my head down and, grinding, like working so hard. So hearing that my team, elected me to be a captain, it was huge for me. And it's definitely a hard situation to leave being a captain. But I know I could bring my leadership to this new place, and it's a young room. I know they are bringing in some freshmen, so I'm pretty excited.
How do you become a leader? What do you do? What do you display? How did you earn that honor, do you think, from your teammates?
Yeah, you got to do the right things and hold people accountable when they don't. That's the biggest thing you can do because, if you're doing the right things, it's not really like they can talk back. It's not like, oh, you did this the other week or something like that. It's like, no, standard's the standard and we all got to do it. So,
Love that answer.
Gideon, you're likely very highly sought after in the portal. You could have probably continued to take some other visits after, stopping by in Boulder, but why Colorado? Why did you decide that this was the place, the coaching staff, the program for you in your future?
yeah, it checked every box. It was unreal. I always want to live by mountains too. So that kind of sold me also. But I don't know if I can. It was a sign of God from God. I bumped into the head coach randomly a few weeks ago, and I just had to take it as fate. So
Love that.
That's what's up.
Gideon, I just asked Dylan Manuel this, but you were an unranked 2022 recruit. You kind of, stay home, go to Dayton, you really play well there, and then you end up at Bowling Green, and now you're at Colorado. Just how motivating has it been, just this journey, and also, being an unranked 2022 guy and kind of having to find your own way throughout your college career?
yeah, it was hard, because everyone wants to go to the bigger school to start. I remember stressing my like young self out about that. And but what that caused, that created like an amazing work ethic for me. Just can't be denied. Chip on my shoulder, and I carried that with me, the past 4 years of my career. So getting this opportunity to finally, get to where I think I should have been, I can't wait.
What was your visit like this weekend, and what were some of the guys that you met while you were out here that are going to be your teammates that you got along with?
Yeah, the visit was unreal. I've always wanted to be out there. It's my first time in Colorado. It was just everything I expected. Some of the guys I met was Tyler Moore, the D line commit. I think he ended up committing, and
Yep.
Tyler Martinez, the other linebacker commit. So it's pretty good to see two other guys that I'm going to spend a lot of time with. And Also, I just want to, thank the guy that was on before me, Dylan. I'm pretty appreciative of him. He's going to be doing some work up front.
Yep.
It was definitely. I got two for you. I want to go back just a little bit. Gideon, you mentioned that you bumped into Coach Prime a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so I don't know how much I don't know. They asked me to tell a story on my visit and some video, so I don't know if they're gonna
Oh,
say
okay.
anything, but yeah, it was an act of God. I bumped into him in an airport, so
That's
um
crazy.
yeah, I don't know how much that's gonna go out like in detail and stuff, but it's pretty insane.
I got you. And then you also mentioned Tyler Martinez, who also committed yesterday, a linebacker. Seems like y'all are going to be working in tandem quite a bit, that second level of the defense. What do you know about him? What have you seen from his game? And what do you think you guys can potentially be as a linebacker duo?
Yeah, I know he has a lot of experience. That's what we need in this room. He has some great plays. I went and watched his highlights, because just want to know who I'm going to be playing with. He makes some good decisions. He slows down when he needs to, and he knows when to go like speed up, which it's really important for a linebacker to have that ability.
Hell yeah.
Gideon, just who were some of the coaches that were around in your visit? Obviously, Coach Prime and all, but who were some of the position coaches you talked to? What did Coach Livingston say to you as well?
Oh yeah, so it was awesome. Coach Marv was great to meet. Yeah, he really, just took me away in my individual meeting with him. I mean, I don't know how someone would not want to play for him after talking to him. Then Coach Pecos, the D line coach, played for the Bengals, Ravens
Yep.
against my Browns, so I knew who he was. Sucks, but yeah, he was awesome. He's one of the nicest people I think I've ever met. And actually, my agent was with me, and he took a picture with Pecos at a Cincinnati event when he was like 6 years old.
Wow.
Damn.
So that was kind of crazy, full circle thing. And then Coach Livingston's awesome. So he played for my Dayton coaches when he was at William and Mary.
Mm.
Um, my Dayton coaches were his safety coach and defensive coordinator, I think. So I mean, that's pretty crazy. He pretty much told me what my defense was at Dayton without, being in it for 20 years or something. Um, but yeah, the coaches were awesome. I mean, you'd want to go to a place where the coaches weren't giving you a great time.
Your Browns, I heard. So, rolling with
Yeah.
Shador starter next year.
Yeah, I think they need a coach, who believes in them. I'm a big fan. All of us
Yeah,
here are big fans. And, I was at Bowling Green last year, and Harold fan ended up going
Right.
there, and he's probably the best, he's probably the best rookie tight end in the league,
For
one of the best
sure.
tight ends in the league. I mean, he's unreal.
that's what's up. What are some of the goals you have for yourself in the team as well, Gideon, ahead of this season? Some things that you want to accomplish, like I said, both as an individual and as a squad.
Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna take it the same way I went into my last season. Last season it was a little rough record wise, but my one goal is to win. I'm tired of. I want to be on a winning squad. That's
Yeah.
the biggest thing for me. I hope I can prove myself as the leader. And I know I'm going to, but the biggest thing, I just want to win football. It's my last year, and I just want to win.
Kind of with that, I asked you about being a leader. That usually comes with the green dot on the helmet, being the play caller in the huddle. Just what is that role like for you? How comfortable are you in that role?
You know, I I have played Mike Will. I've played both since I got in college football. In my first at Dayton, I was Mike, sometimes Will. But then once I got to BG, I was a Will completely. But up until game three of the regular season last year, one of incredible player Dorian Pringle, he got hurt. And so I had to take the mic role. And, it came with some struggles and stuff like that. But, I'm more than confident now after being put into a different position mid-season. I'm ready for it. And I know I'm going to be prepared this coming season.
Awesome.
Gideon, what do you think makes your game special? What is your secret ingredient?
Man, I can recognize some stuff fast. I react kind of fast. I like to get downhill, strike linemen, not too, you can't be scared of those guys. Um, But just the motor, I'm going to get to the football, and I like coming downhill.
I know when people play against you, they're like, does this dude know the play? This dude heard the play call, because you really be there a lot of times before a running back get to a hole, before a lineman can pull or something like that. That film recognition is obvious when you watch your tape. Somebody mentioned something in the chat, asked a question in the chat that I think is a really good one. Obviously, Gideon, you might know that some guys either get an L for a leader on their jersey or a D for a dog. Which one would you rather have, and why?
My dad already asked me that one.
Shut up.
Obviously the answer's both, but if I had to choose one, I got to be a leader. I want to lead this team. I want to be able to, be a strong voice and, do everything I can to help us win. But, doesn't mean you can't be a dog too,
Yeah.
You doing Dad doing practice interviews with you? What's going on here?
All right, Gideon, we'll let you go on that one, bro. It sounds like it was meant to be, man. We're happy to have you, and we'll catch you up in Boulder here eventually too.
100%. Thank you guys for having me. I'm so excited.
Yes,
Let's go, man.
Appreciate
Yeah,
you. Good.
thank
Congrats,
you.
bro.
Congrats.
Go Buffs.
Yes, sir.
Let's
Thank you.
go, bro. Gideon ESPN Lampron. That was awesome.
What a guy.
Hell yeah, man.
That's fire.
We got a couple minutes. Big takeaway there.
Put that L on his chest right now.
Please, we need it.
Put that green dot on his helmet right now.
Yeah.
That's what this defense needed sorely. And
Absolutely.
all the connections that he mentioned.
It is meant to be, bro.
I don't know how you can watch that and not think that.
For
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? His agent playing for, right?
Robert
Livingston, William Mary, like this, so many connections. And
Browns fan.
it's a Browns fan, played with Harold Fanning Jr.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy to think that this wasn't some intervention by a higher power.
And again, I'll let him tell the story whenever it comes out from wherever.
sure.
But I heard Coach Prime was also talking about the story today.
Right.
Browns fan, Ohio, Coach Prime going to Ohio for Browns games
Makes
might
sense.
have paid off for the Buffs.
Yeah, so all those people crying about Coach traveling for the Browns games, you better welcome for getting Gideon ESPN Lampron on the team. But so clearly a leader, right? Like you need those guys at middle linebacker specifically. I think it's almost like just having a quarterback who's a natural born leader, right?
Yeah.
It's just natural for a lot of people to follow that guy and for that guy to kind of assume that role on the defense. So 100 plus tackles in 2 years at 2 different stops already. Let's hope he makes it a third straight one. So
Yeah, and that recognition and just instinct that comes with recognition is so big. I will say this, people might take this as a bad thing. I mean it as a compliment. A little Fernando Mendoza.
I see it.
I see that for sure.
People
Just the exuberance and
for sure.
excitement.
And you can tell like he's thinking about what he wants to say and how to, you know what I'm saying, and put it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what leaders do. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They think about what they say and they know that their words
Exactly.
have power.
They carry some weight, extra
sure.
weight, no doubt. All right, let's take our second break and then a lot more to get to. Commitments, transfer portal news. Scotty talked to an NFL wide receiver, all this stuff and more. Shout out to our friends over at...
Shout out to our new friends over at Xfinity, man. And shout out to Xfinity's 5-year price guarantee. This is dope,
Yes,
man. What
sir.
if I told you that you could have not only reliable, but intelligent Wi-Fi? That's exactly what Xfinity is giving you. And you can keep it at that same price for 5 years, man. Wi-Fi,
lock in.
it makes everything in your home work together, man. It finds and fixes problems before you even notice it with this super intelligent Wi-Fi that has a sixth sense, man. You can take it from me, man. A lot can change in 5 years, man. Championships are won. Franchises go from the bottom of the league to Super Bowl contenders.
Flipped on its
It can
head.
happen in the blink of an eye. So yeah, lock in your price with Xfinity and unlock all the possibilities that come with that. You can learn more at going on over to xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. This is select plans only. Restrictions apply, of course. But shout out to our new friends, our good friends over at Xfinity.
Shout out Xfinity. Also shout out to our friends over at New Built Restoration and Construction. Shoot, man, this is pretty much exactly what Coach Prom and the Buffs are going through right now.
Yeah.
Reconstructing the roster, kind of fixing up areas that were maybe neglected over the last year. And if, you're in the market looking at your home and going, you know what, it's about time, I did this project in the backyard, or we started working on the expansion room or whatever it is.
Get her done.
Hit up our friends. They are available 24/7. And they truly care about being there for their customers. They got over 600 reviews to prove that to be true. They work with your insurance as well to make it as stressless as possible. Repair services offered include fire damage, water damage, mold removal, repair services, commercial projects, and more. They are massive DNVR fans. We are big fans of them as well.
Yes.
Excited to support them. When that home emergency hits, new build, restoration, and construction will be there. NUBILT.com or 720-903-4254. Let them know DNVR sent you. All right, back on the show. We have a couple commits. Did we talk about Tyler Martinez yesterday? I think we did,
Yes.
right? So then Justin Eglin, former James Madison cornerback, another guy, unranked 2022 recruit from North Carolina, commits to James Madison in 22. So is that Signetti was there, right?
Mm-mm.
No?
Oh, yeah. 22,
Yeah. So he commits to Kurt Signetti's James Madison program. Only played in one game in 2023. In 24, he played in 11 games, had only 3 starts. Complete breakout year last year, though. Second team All-Sun Belt selection, 11 starts, 35 total tackles, 5 interceptions, 13 passes defended, and 1 blocked kick. That's 18 plays on the football when you combine its interceptions and pass breakups.
Yeah, and when you combine him and Santana Hopper, you're talking about 2 guys who have college football playoff experience.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't think that can be overstated. Like, those are guys who are on championship caliber football teams for their conferences, all conference players,
Yep.
and guys who played in incredibly high leverage games this year that very few players have the ability to say that they've done that.
No doubt about it. I mean, this is a ball hawk. This is a true ball hawk. This is somebody who I believe is going to be a day 1 starter in the secondary for Colorado this year. Has the size, has the measurables, has the ball skills, has the production that you're looking for, right? Had the 5 interceptions this year. That's impressive for any defensive back, any defensive player. One of them was a pick 6. Obviously, one was in the college football playoff against Oregon. And you mentioned it. This is somebody who has college football playoff experience. And that is, I think, what you just need guys like that, winners, who have been around winning programs, who knows what it takes, and who are ready to work, who aren't just resting on their laurels. Like, they're coming up a level, trying to prove that they can do it at this level. And I'm willing to bet on these guys, especially when they have the skill set, the tools that a guy like Justin Eglin has.
Totally. Anything else on Justin Eglin? Could we go on to targets and all that?
I was just going to say, you mentioned 2 guys that they have added that played in the playoff. They've added 3 guys already that played in the playoff last year. Because remember, Emmanuel Eziogu is also transferring in from James Madison.
Oh,
so
that's
they've
right,
got 2 James Madison guys. Obviously, the Tulane guy, Santana Hopper. So they've already added 3 guys who were on a college football playoff team this season.
And potentially another one.
And
with
potentially at least one more. Jordan Norman, right?
Quick warning, we've got a Leeds United penalty kick coming right here, so it hopefully will get really loud in about 5 seconds.
So with that, here's some new targets who have emerged. This one, maybe not a target because he's already on his way out. He kind of came in on a stealth visit. That's Rasheem Biles, former Pitt linebacker.
Go Leeds.
Former Pitt linebacker was second team All ACC this last year. 101 total tackles, 17 tackles for a loss. 17 tackles for a loss.
Bro.
4.5 sacks, 2 interceptions for pick 6s, 4 passes defended, and 2 forced fumbles. Unfortunately.
It's awesome that they were able to get him on a visit. It's unfortunate that he was able to leave without committing, but I watched that Pitt Bowl game because I was a bit financially invested in it.
Yeah.
This man was everywhere.
Yep.
And as soon as he hit the portal, I'm like, oh, he is going to go to a Texas Tech, Indiana. This is one of the best players in the portal.
Yeah.
Not just linebackers, not just defensive. One of the best players in the portal. And like I said, it was great for them to get on the visit. Maybe he circles back, but that's an elite player right there.
Yeah, but those guys you don't get to commit on their visit.
I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
You're probably right. That's
When
right.
guys are that sought after, that every every team in the country wants a piece of them.
Had an Ohio State visit previous to the
like,
Colorado one.
They're gonna go see some places.
Yeah, he's going to Florida State next, is what it sounds like. So we'll see.
But then someone was saying that he canceled a couple visits.
I saw that as well, but I saw that was like disputed whether he did or not. So I don't know.
Crazy.
Hell of a ball player, though.
Another player, Taj White. He is an offensive lineman from Rutgers. He's received a couple predictions. Chris Hummer at 247 Sports filed one for him to commit to Colorado. This is a player that started 20 games over the last 2 seasons. He's got 15 starts at right tackle and 5 starts at left guard. He's around, I think, 6'5", 300 pounds. Graded out okay, I think, from what I saw. Nothing spectacular, nothing terrible, but...
You talking about the Rutgers guy?
Yeah.
He had a higher run blocking grade than any player on the Buffs last year.
There you go.
He's played a lot, too. He's started 20 career games.
Yep.
He's played left tackle. He's played right tackle. He's played some guard. And he was battle tested last year, right? They played against Oregon. They played against Ohio State, Penn State, that obviously has a good pass rush as well. So an experienced guy who we have yet to see an offensive lineman commit just yet. That'll change soon enough, but he would be a nice start.
Totally.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see. I don't think it's a coincidence that he is more of a run blocking offensive lineman. I would expect that most of the guys that you see come in the Marion era on the offensive line will be run first guys, because I think that Brennan Marion thinks that your best pass blocking asset is the run game.
Yeah. Yep. Another player to watch out for is Cree Thomas, former Notre Dame cornerback. He just received a crystal ball this morning from Robbie Weinstein, who is the Vandy 247 publisher. This is a guy from Phoenix, Arizona, was, I believe, a 2025 recruit. Yep, 2025 recruit.
4-star in that 2025 class as well.
Yep, was a freshman. Didn't really play too much this last year, but obviously a highly touted player. Again, has received a prediction, so keep an eye out.
He played in 3 games last year as a true freshman.
Yeah, he redshirted. Yep.
He redshirted, so yeah, he'll have 4 years of eligibility left still.
Boo Carter's name has popped up.
Sure has. Where have you seen it pop up?
All over Twitter last night. What do you mean? Look, we all know the story. I mean, 2023, he was a 4-star 2024 guy. He made Colorado made his top 5. He eventually commits to Tennessee, was recruited as a 2-way player, all this stuff.
Only one school actually follows through when they recruit you as a 2-way player.
Yep. I mean, Tennessee got him snaps in the slot in the spring football. That's all he's gotten.
Yep.
He's, of course, in the portal, but we'll see. I'd lean no at this point, but I don't know.
No, in terms of his likelihood, or no, or in terms of what?
In terms of not likely to end up at Colorado.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I wouldn't lean no.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that there's a chance.
Okay.
Also, I just have to say, literally my favorite prospect we've ever watched.
That's your guy.
For the Buffs. During the Coach Prime era, of all of the high school players we've ever watched, that was my favorite. So I might be blind to anything else surrounding him.
Fair enough.
The other side of that is I'm going to stay consistent on it. I would like to stay away, especially when you're a program in this situation where you have to make amends for what transpired last season. And I don't know if this program is in the position to take a risk, a gamble like that in terms of potentially compromising the locker room. Because let's not forget why Boo Carter is no longer at Tennessee. This is according to ESPN. He didn't play he stopped playing because of disciplinary issues.
Yes.
And when Hypo was asked about it, he goes, at the end of the day, there's a standard you've got to meet to be in that locker room. So he was not out on the field with us. This will be my last response to anything related to that for right now. So
this was in like October, right?
This was in November.
And then earlier in the spring, too, it was unclear whether he was on the program as well last spring. So.
Yeah. Obviously a talented dude.
There's
no denying that. But there are obviously other things that go along with that, and things you have to consider when you are building out a locker room, particularly, like I said, after what transpired last season.
We can fix him.
I figured you
Also,
would to say something like that.
Fuck off, chat. I always move my wedding ring. Don't try to trap me like that. And I'm self-conscious about it, so don't call extra attention to it.
Oh my gosh.
Andrew Zook's supposed to visit today.
Zoc.
Yes, thank you.
Also, Eaglin,
Thank you.
while we're here.
How about this one? This one's pretty easy. Ezra Christensen. He has showed up for his
It's actually
visit.
Erzra.
He showed up for his visit yesterday. Ernest Campbell tweeted out that he showed up a couple days ago. I don't know if we talked about that on the show as well. And then it sounds like Smith Snowden has come on his visit, and then he has gone on to other visits. When it broke that he was a target for Colorado, he was mentioned along Oregon, Michigan, 5 other names.
Yeah.
So we'll wait and see. I mean, as you mentioned with the linebacker from Pitt,
Biles.
yes, Snowden's very highly coveted, so he's probably going to take a few visits.
Yeah, absolutely. Just randomly, I would check out the forecast for Friday in Colorado.
All right.
What's it supposed to be like?
I would just check it out.
Okay, but I'll do that.
CJ Baxter does not sound likely to end up at Colorado at this point. There's been some Kentucky buzz. There are some other schools popping up today. But DeAndre Moore yesterday, former Texas wide receiver, did post his visit photos. So he seemed pretty excited about that. Jordan Seaton's cousin, Javon McFadden, has entered the portal. He was a very highly coveted player by the Buffs and their staff last recruiting cycle. They brought him in on visits for game day and all this stuff. I'd say they were close-ish. I mean, he obviously ends up going to Ohio State, but he's now in the portal, so this is a name to look out for too, I think.
Absolutely.
He redshirt?
It says he has 4 years of eligibility left.
So, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. See, put in that word, big dog.
I think
6'4", 315 pounds. It's a big boy.
I think that's it right now. Is there anything else?
In terms
you
of
have?
trending guys, yeah, I think that's about right.
You want to go transfer out?
Right.
Yes.
That's where I was going to go next.
Cam Michael has entered the transfer portal as well. We talked about Tyrekus Davis, right? Is it just Cam then?
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Definitely a bummer because we just never got to see what he could do. You know, like we saw very brief flashes this year, but a couple exciting plays, and it just sucks that we never got like. You get excited over these players, and I think this is a very different situation than some of the other like excitement versus letdown.
Absolutely.
But, like, you get super excited about what these players can do, and then you talk every offseason like, ooh, what about this? What about that? How are we going to use him here? And then he was just hurt so often that we never really got to see it materialize. So I hate stories like that.
Yeah.
And I will be praying that he, wherever his next stop is, he finds his health and gets to show what he can do on a football field.
Yeah, man, it's unfortunate. This was somebody who a lot of the fan base, including myself, was really excited about. You know, going into that 2024 season, the injuries remain the worst thing about sports, man. And I just hope he can get and stay healthy and prove it anywhere, prove it somewhere, because it's a talented young man,
Very.
with speed in a frame that speed doesn't typically come in. You know what I'm saying? Like he has a unique blend of that size, athleticism, and speed. And I think somebody, whoever he ends up, is going to be getting a really good young man and a good player too.
Absolutely. I mean, that last part, I mean, by all means, he was always seen as a very bright, you know, just a great young kid.
Yep.
Yeah.
But a very, very talented player. I mean, C was very fortunate to get a commit from him. And shout out to him, actually, for kind of sticking around after that initial injury 2 years ago. Because he could have very easily entered the portal ahead of this year too, and just
Also a Georgia kid who helped bring Julian Lewis here.
yes, very much so, and a guy who, I mean, he took OVs to Tennessee, A&M. He officially visited Indiana before he committed. He's going to be very highly coveted, and we wish him the best. I hope he does well wherever he ends up.
Definitely.
Scotty, what can you tell us about you have a sweet article out.
Yes, for sure. First off, we got a diehard sale going on right now, coinciding with the Broncos playoff push. So it's the perfect time. Whether you're looking for Broncos content, Buffs content, DNVR content, it's the time to do it. You get a free t-shirt, you get access to all of our exclusive written premium content as well. So go lock in and do that if you aren't already. But as you mentioned, Jake, yes, just published a new story today on DNVR.com. Recently spoke to Minnesota Vikings wide receiver Jordan Addison, who just wrapped up his third year in the NFL. Was a first-round draft pick a couple years ago, and obviously was a Biletnikoff Award winner, led the FBS in receiving touchdowns at Pitt when Brennan Marion was his receivers coach. So obviously I just chopped it up with Addison about Brennan Marion, and I encourage everybody to go read the story. But it's just been cool talking to Cam Perry yesterday, Daniel Scudero yesterday, and how similar people talk about Brennan Marion, right? Addison told me when they were at Pitt that year that Marion and the receivers would bring speakers out to practice, get everybody going. And he said that was the most fun he's ever had, like, in the season. And, like, that fun that they had in practice transferred over to the game. And that makes me think about, Cam yesterday talking about, like, I love, like, Marion. Like, he's like a coach, but he's also, like, young, like one of the guys, too. And, like, it makes me also think about Yamil when you talk to him on No Lie Zone. He was like, Marion didn't stop dancing, like, on the visit this weekend. Like, that's just who he is. Like, he just has that energetic kind of aura about him that players relate to and just make you want to play for him. And that's a lot of what Addison told me. He gave Marion a lot of credit for, his, like I said, 17 touchdowns this year. You win the Biletnikoff, you're the best receiver in college football. Yep. And that's certainly what Addison was. And it just makes me really excited for Perry, for Scudero, for JoJo Williams, this passing game, this offense as well this season. So, yeah, go check that out, man. It was dope. Obviously, talking to Jordan Addison, he was really funny. He was really great. There's some great quotes in there as well. He believes Marion and Coach Prime are going to be special together. He goes, those two together is going to be too crazy. They got their own swag, love football, love the game, and they want to win. So go check out more on this site right now. Become a diehard if you haven't already, man.
Yeah. I was actually talking to someone close to the program recently, and they were talking about energy on the sideline last season, and it was lacking.
Yeah.
It was deeply. And I think about a couple times, like I remember someone brought it up after Houston.
Yep.
That was sitting near the bench, and they talked to us, and they were like, it was like a ghost. It was like a graveyard on the bench.
For sure.
And you just look at like the way like Coach Prime locks in on game day. Now he might, get fired up a few times, but he's not gonna be the one running up and down the sidelines trying to get guys fired up. Pat Shermer was part of that offense. Like, he's not going to be the one running up and down, getting people fired up. Brennan Marion is that guy.
For sure.
And I think it's invaluable. You really need someone, especially not just like a trainer or something, or I should say like a strength staff person who's like getting the troops rallied.
Yep.
And so I'm pretty confident Marion will be on the sidelines, even though, sometimes that's up in the air for offensive coordinators. I think he's going to be on the sidelines and bringing that energy, and that's a huge part of game day atmosphere.
I mean, one of the highlights of 2024 was the Texas Tech game in the fourth quarter going into the fourth quarter, right? Yeah. And they're trying to turn up the stadium in Lubbock and trying to get the Red Raiders fans back because they're down, right?
Yep.
They're trying to get them back in the game. Colorado responds by just getting even more hype themselves. And that's obvious. I mean, the end of that game went how it did a little bit, but like they still won by 10 points or so? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, at one point they were up like 21.
Exactly. Sure. Yeah. So that kind of carried them through, and it is true. I mean, I think it was a lot different up until maybe Houston, TCU. That's really when the season started to turn. Then after that, who knows? But like Georgia Tech, I don't remember even after the 3 turnovers, especially after they didn't score after the third one, it was like all energy just gone from the stadium and the sideline in particular.
I mean, it was gone from the program.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was just we didn't get the right mix.
Nope.
Last season. And it's a side effect of the transfer portal where you're constantly having to create a new mix all the time. But last year we just didn't get it. We just didn't have the aura, we didn't have the energy, we didn't have the vibe, we didn't have the swagger, and it was evident. And it was, it's a lot easier to look back now and see it.
Sure.
Yeah. But it also, being able to recognize that and see it allows you to go out and find it.
Yep.
No doubt. I think you make a great point. I was going to make a similar one. Just the energy shift from the previous offensive coordinator to this one. just night and day.
Yeah.
Like not even talking about the X's and O's, like the football stuff. Like one was personality wise, as dry as can be. And I'm just putting it really nicely.
Yeah.
And the new one is the opposite of that. Like he is going to be getting guys going. Like he's going to have guys excited to play for him, wanting to just be around him. And that just putting the actual football and X's and O's stuff aside is going to be a massive boon for this team in this locker room this year.
I want to see this team have that just in your face confidence again. Like,
yes,
especially from your leaders.
Yeah.
And like Shador is obviously a very unique leader. Like you can't just ask, oh, we need another Shador.
Yeah.
Travis obviously is confident in his own way.
Yeah.
But there's something to be said about like your quarterback struts out onto the field and is throwing his watch in the face of the other.
Yes, bro.
Like in the face of the other team's players.
Yes.
Yeah. When you see that, you're just like, he's not letting us lose. You know what I mean? And so Julian will do it in his own way. But I want to see this team get that back where they're just like, it's not even a question to them whether, even if they lose, the next game they get out there or not. That's not happening today.
Yep.
It's Shiloh.
Right.
Shiloh's out there saying crazy shit. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Cam, I mean, he brought confidence as well. I mean, seeing him get all fired up and his hair's going everywhere after a pick or something, like how does that not get you turned, bro?
Yeah.
I love that y'all said that too. One more quote from Jordan Addison about Brennan Marion. Quote, he demands confidence. With all the work that we put in, he wants you to go out there and show that when the lights come on.
Facts.
Checking a lot of boxes.
Yeah,
I'm really excited about this offense in particular.
I don't think we talked about this much, but I read Brennan Marion's book
Right.
over the weekend, and I plan on reading it again and like annotating it. This time I just read it for fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read it to maybe bring more stuff to the show soon. But one of the things that he said, like in his philosophy, was be the hardest working coach in the country, and that just permeates through to your players. Like if they see how much work you're putting in, and then he expects that of them, And there's another thing, and I don't want to mess it up. Along, in the world of your confidence comes from your preparation,
Right.
Definitely.
and that's the other thing too. Is like you go into a game, you feel like you've watched all the tape you can watch. You feel like your coach put in all this work to come up with this game plan. We've talked about how Brennan Marion will find every touchdown a defensive coordinator has ever allowed in their life and use it against them.
Yeah.
And he comes and he tells you that stuff, and he's showing you the film of how this worked against that team. And then you're going out there like that confidence that you get from that level of preparation is just different.
Yep. I mean, Kurt Signetti kind of talked about that. There's that clip going around that's pretty viral right now about how he's basically not on his coaches to coach all the way through the night. Like the standard and expectation of what work is and what it's considered to be is like already out there. Like, and working yourself to the bone isn't necessarily, the best way to go about it. It's not the most efficient way to go about it. Anyways.
Doesn't mean you working the hardest because you in the office all day long.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Yeah. But also someone in the comments said thoughts about Niblet.
Yeah.
Speaking of swagger and confidence and all of that stuff, like, and energy.
Right.
I think that's something, again, that Coach Prime is doubling, tripling down on this year between the players that they're adding and the coaches that they're adding.
Yep.
That's an exciting one, though. We talked about it a little bit yesterday.
Right.
Totally. Yeah. Hopefully we get to hear from him more, but I mean, it's pretty simple sometimes. You just go back to what worked and what you were missing when it didn't work, right? And I think that's a lot of what the approach has been this offseason is trying to look at 24, why that went so right and why last year went so wrong, and trying to marry the philosophies to fix both and get back what you're missing from the other two.
100%.
Great job, Scotty. That's a fire article.
Appreciate that, dog. Love.
Yeah, I can't wait to read it. I haven't gotten my hands on it yet.
National stuff. So yesterday, LSU has a basketball game, and Lane Kiffin's there, obviously, and Sam Levitt, who apparently is who was interested in him initially? Kentucky, right? Yeah, so Kentucky ends up going with someone else, and he ends up having to,
They stole Nebraska's quarterback.
Yes, exactly, who Nebraska threw a fit over.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Crying over.
Sam Levitt's at the basketball game last night with Lane Kiffin and some more recruits. And then the crazy news breaks that Damon Williams, the Washington quarterback, who is nasty, by the way,
My dog.
he is sick, is entering the portal. And when I first saw it, I was like, this got to be like LSU or something. Sure enough, it's LSU. While Sam Levitt is like there, like this is all breaking.
But you ain't even say the craziest part, gang.
The craziest part is Washington is even going to try and put his name in the portal because they're having a contract dispute with him.
Because he signed.
He ain't even say the craziest parts to it yet, gang.
Oh,
Damon Williams entered the portal yesterday.
Yes.
4 days after signing an agreement to return to Washington.
Yes.
Yep.
That is insane.
Yeah, I mean, this whole thing is insane. But you know who's at the forefront of this?
Whom? Your
Lane
boy?
Kiffin.
I knew you was going to go there. Hey, I don't blame him.
Lane Kiffin's on the phone with Damon Williams.
For
He's like,
sure.
sorry, man, I already signed. He's like,
I don't
who
get no
gives a
damn
fuck?
For real. And I don't blame him
Hop
either.
in that portal.
I don't blame him either because Damon Williams is really like that
Yes,
and worth
he
all of
is.
that. And
Yes,
especially
he
if
is.
it's Sam Levitt, Damon Williams.
Well-
Yeah, we're going to do whatever we can to get Damon Williams.
Do it fucking a week ago.
What are the rules? What rules is he breaking? There are none.
Well, and that's where this is going to get interesting.
And these
Yeah.
contracts aren't binding either, clearly.
Well, I think that Washington thinks that it is.
They aren't.
And-
They're not putting his name in the portal at all.
And so this is going to get ugly. And this is actually a good thing. So eventually I'll say thank you to Lane Kiffin for thinking that he doesn't have to play by any rules and none of this matters. But this sort of shakeup is going to, in my opinion, cause some sort of uniformity to have to happen across these contracts. And we'll hopefully get 1 or 2 more guardrails than we have now, which is about 0, to where there is something to say. Because what's the point of signing a contract if it's not binding to anything?
Right.
So this is a weird situation. I don't know why Washington would want to hold someone hostage that doesn't want to be there anymore.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want them to just let him walk because then the whole thing comes crashing down. And everyone who's already signed might just say, "Oh, this thing's still open."
Yep.
Like my commitment didn't mean anything. Like it doesn't when I'm in high school.
Yep.
All right, let's go portal 2.0.
Did you see this thing with LSU and Sorsby today?
Yeah, I saw that the contract leaked apparently. Or
So,
like
yeah,
a
so this
supposed
is-
deal.
Dellinger, LSU proposed a $3.5 million NIL guarantee to Brennan Sorsby. But they're using, and other schools are using corporate sponsors to exceed the cap with lucrative promises that haven't yet passed the clearinghouse. So like you're saying, the more this stuff happens, it's going to make, you would think, somebody step in and be like, we got to have something going on because now there are literally back channels like they're
course.
exceeding the cap and using,
Well, what the hell are we doing? How do we not have this CSC ready to go to check out NIL deals? This makes 0 sense.
And he also goes on to say, he goes, like I said, this could lead to an influx of submissions to the NIL clearinghouse. And if these deals are denied, then these athletes are going to be deemed ineligible.
Why isn't this already functioning though?
Because it's the NCAA.
But not. I mean, the CSC,
Well, this is the CSC,
and
yeah.
all the those are different things. But like, we were talking about this literally last offseason. Like, all right, here we go. This is how it's going to go now. And then all of a sudden, it's like, actually, everyone's just going to get $20.5 extra million, and then everything else on top of that's up to you.
Yeah,
That's the rules.
Pretty much.
for sure.
If you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't.
But I mean, my question is there any world in which he can enter the transfer portal without needing the approval of Washington's,
Well,
I think that happened before with
this is the Wisconsin Miami kid.
Exactly.
Who what was it? Wisconsin.
He was leaving Wisconsin trying to go to
Yes.
Miami, and they wouldn't let him go.
Well, but he had something eventually ruled in his favor where Washington did have to,
Miami.
Wisconsin did have to put his name in the transfer portal.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll
But
see
yeah,
what happens. But
I saw the reporting yesterday that Washington was like, yeah, they expect Damon Williams to be their quarterback this year, even after all this.
And then apparently him and Jed Fish have the same agent too.
and that's where I was thinking.
Damon does?
Yes.
Did Jed Fish give Damon Williams a heads up that he's going to get an NFL job?
It's so bad right now.
That would be Jed Fish.
Yeah.
That would be Jed Fishy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it would.
That's
so
crazy.
bad right now. And then no one is recruiting Dylan Raiola. Have not heard his name once in the last month or week.
Honestly, I think that's kind of crazy. Only because
So funny how you said that. Nobody is recruiting Dylan Raiola.
I just see God, at least he's a former Husker at this point. But like, I don't want to give him any more credit than I have to.
For sure.
Brennan Sorsby's worth $4 million, and
Yeah, that's valid.
he's not like a playmaker.
No.
And at least I'll say for Dylan Raiola, he has his flaws. He actually does make plays.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like he actually has some playmaking ability in him.
he does.
It might just be him trying to cosplay, but sometimes he actually pulls it off.
For sure.
And so I don't know. I see some of these schools and I'm like, if you surrounded Dylan Raiola with great talent rather than the shit that he had around him at Nebraska, maybe he might actually live up to his billing.
Maybe he should have just stayed committed to Georgia then, because that's the type of profile he is. It's like a Carson Beck type, where if you surround him and let him make, I don't know, 2-3 plays a game, like you're going to be okay. But if you're going to Nebraska, where you're literally going to have to shoulder the entire team,
You're going to have to win because of you.
Yeah, you don't have crazy playmakers there. Like, he's got a good running back, but I don't know, crazy stuff, man. This quarterback transfer portal, Sam Levitt's going to look really dumb too eventually if this happens to him again at LSU, where another team recruiting him just passes him over. Yeah,
he's literally just getting used as leverage. It's crazy.
It's insane.
I don't mind that, by the way, in the comments. Dylan Manuel's new nickname is Meatloaf. We had pot roast here in Denver.
That's
and
true.
that worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Terrence Knighton.
Terrence Knighton.
That's a fire nickname.
Animal. One of the reasons why we made that Super Bowl in 2013. Super chats.
Skid it.
What's up, Tom? Appreciate you, bro. It says, in Maui on vacation and feeling so good about these transfer portal pickups that we decided to donate to the Pacific Whale Foundation after our whale watch so we can name a whale. Had to go with Ralphie. Hashtag SCO. That's lit.
That is sick.
I'm jealous too. Just flexing on the Maui on us.
And shout out to Whale Ralphie out there. Jermaine says, Lane Kiffin got all the girls at school. What is that emoji?
All school dance?
School dance ready to fight.
Someone this weekend posted like LSU was going to get Sorsby, but like there's something that was undefeated against men that pulled him to Texas Tech, which is that his girlfriend goes to Texas Tech or whatever. But I was like, maybe he just didn't want to compete with Kiffin for the girls.
Bro, have you been seeing like, he hasn't done it like in a week or so, but there was like a week or two where like he kept posting random photos of like women
Yes.
on Twitter, like around him. Yeah. It's like, bro, what are you doing?
Dude's a real deal sicko.
Something might be really wrong
It's just
with
a troll, bro.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. That was kind of weird.
Nah, he's sick.
Dumpy says, what up, fam? I'm super happy about the direction CU is going in the portal on offense, but was worried about the defensive side until we got Gid, Sports Center, Lampron, and Hops. Hashtag SCO. Who's Hops?
Hopper.
Santana Hopper.
We could do a whole damn show about Santana Hopper at some point. I'm so stoked about him.
But at some point, we're going to have to decompress the entire transfer portal and like go one guy a day.
Yeah.
We will.
For previewing them.
Yeah,
We got 16 already committed, and there are much more on the way.
One of the big complaints that I hear from other fans is like, I don't even know, like one commit happens before I even know who the one before that was. And so we'll do our part in trying to educate everyone on the new roster.
Like, I don't think we spent enough time talking about Balan Sama Kamara.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people out there might be like, who? And it's like, yeah, he's a buff. And we got to talk about him more.
And it's just, our brains, especially in 2026, are just like, what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next?
For sure.
And then as soon as something new happens, you forget about what happened before it.
No doubt.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was. Hell of a show, boys.
Say bye, Scotty.
I'll see y'all next week, man.
Scotty will be back on Monday.
Yes,
OG pod the next 2 days.
All right. Throw it back.
Man.
Whoa.
Pause.
Whoa.
Stay tuned, though. Exciting stuff going on behind the scenes.
No doubt.
We should have some news tonight. We'll see.
Hell yeah.
See you guys tomorrow. Let's go Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.